The silent confessions, how a man's body reveals his heart. There are moments in life when words fail to capture what the heart truly feels. A man may try to hide his emotions behind carefully chosen phrases, but his body? It always tells the truth. You may have found yourself wondering about him, the way he looks at you, the way his presence lingers just a second too long, the way his voice shifts ever so slightly when he speaks your name. If you've ever questioned whether he likes you, stop listening to his words. Instead, watch his body. Because when a man is drawn to you, his body whispers the truth before his lips ever dare to speak it. Let's unravel the unspoken signs, those silent confessions that tell you exactly how he feels. 1. His eyes search for you, even in a crowd. You enter a room, and within seconds, you feel it, his eyes find you. It's not just a passing glance. It's a lingering, almost involuntary action, as if his gaze has a magnetic pull toward you. Watch his pupils. Do they dilate when he looks at you? Science says they do when a person sees something, or someone, they desire. If his eyes soften when they meet yours, if they linger a moment too long, if he looks away and then back again, he's captivated. He may not say it, but his gaze holds a confession, I only see you. 2. He can't help but be near you. A man who likes you won't always be obvious about it. Instead, he'll find subtle ways to close the distance. Maybe he stands just a little closer than necessary. Maybe he always seems to end up next to you at gatherings. Even when he's talking to someone else, his body angles toward you, as if drawn by some unseen force. It's not a coincidence. When a man is interested, his subconscious mind directs him toward what he desires. And if he's always near you, that desire is you. 3. His voice changes when he talks to you. You've heard him speak to others, maybe his voice is firm, steady, even commanding. But when he talks to you, there's something different. His tone softens. His words slow just a bit. He may even drop his voice to a lower, more intimate register. Men instinctively lower their voices around someone they're attracted to. It's a subconscious way of drawing you in. If you notice this shift, pay attention. His voice is revealing what his words do not. 4. He mirrors your movements without realizing it. You sip your drink, and moments later, he does the same. You lean in slightly, and he unconsciously mirrors your movement. You cross your legs, and his posture adjusts to match yours. Mirroring is a deep psychological sign of connection. It means his brain is instinctively syncing with yours. It's not a conscious effort, it's his body's way of saying, I feel connected to you. I want to be in tune with you. 5. His breathing changes when you're close. Have you ever noticed the way his breath shifts when you're near? Maybe it quickens slightly. Maybe it deepens, becoming more controlled as if he's trying to steady himself. Attraction isn't just in the mind, it's a physiological response. If his breathing changes when you stand close, if he inhales a little deeper as if trying to take in your presence, that's desire manifesting in real time. 6. He finds small excuses to touch you. His fingers brush against yours when handing you something. He places his hand lightly on your back as you walk through a door. He playfully nudges your shoulder, tucks a strand of hair behind your ear, or lets his touch linger just a second too long. These touches aren't random. They're his way of closing the physical gap between you. A man drawn to you will always seek contact, even in the smallest of ways. 7. His feet always point toward you. One of the most overlooked yet undeniable signs of attraction is a man's feet. No matter where his upper body is turned, his feet will always point toward what, or who, holds his interest. Even in a group, even in conversation with someone else, his feet unconsciously angle in your direction. This isn't just a theory, it's a deeply studied principle in body language. His feet don't lie. And if they're pointing at you, neither do his feelings. 8. He adjusts his clothes or touches his hair when he sees you. Have you noticed him straightening his tie, fixing his collar, or running a hand through his hair when he spots you? This is an automatic grooming instinct. When a man is drawn to someone, he subconsciously tries to present his best self. It's the equivalent of a peacock fluffing its feathers, a silent, primal attempt to capture your attention. 9. His smile is different around you. Anyone can smile, but his smile around you? It's effortless. It's uncontainable. Maybe it's the way his face lights up at the sound of your voice. Maybe it's how he grins even at your simplest jokes. A real smile reaches the eyes, it's impossible to fake. If he smiles in a way that lingers, that softens his entire expression, that looks almost involuntary, you already have his heart more than you know. 10. He leans in when you speak. When you talk, does he move closer? Does he lean in, as if drawn toward your voice? A man who leans in isn't just being polite, he's engaged. He's captivated. His body is instinctively closing the space between you, showing he's completely present in your words. Proximity speaks louder than words. And if he's leaning in, he wants to be closer to you, both physically and emotionally. 11. He gets nervous or fidgety around you. Even the most confident man can become restless in the presence of someone he truly likes. Does he tap his fingers? Play with his watch? Adjust his sleeves? These small fidgeting behaviors are signs of nervous energy, a subconscious reaction to being near someone who excites him. Nervousness isn't a bad sign. It means he cares. It means you affect him. 12. He teases you in a playful way. If he finds small, light-hearted ways to joke with you, giving you silly nicknames, gently teasing you, engaging in playful banter, it's a clear sign of attraction. Playfulness creates connection. It builds chemistry. A man who likes you will find ways to make you laugh, to get a reaction, to establish a dynamic that feels effortless and fun. The final truth: his body speaks what his heart feels. A man may never say, "I like you." But his body? It will tell you in 100 different ways. He won't always realize he's doing it. The lingering gaze. The way he angles toward you. The way his touch lingers, his voice softens, his breath catches when you're near. These aren't coincidences. These are the silent confessions of a man whose heart is speaking before his lips ever do. And yet, what if one day these signs disappear? What if the gaze that once held you so deeply now drifts away? What if the touch that once lingered now feels distant? That is when you'll know, when the body stops whispering, the heart has already begun walking away. So, pay attention. Because the truth isn't always spoken. Sometimes, it's simply felt. Thank you for spending this time with us. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Don't Give Up. Let's continue exploring life's challenges and insights together.